We have been interrupting people on sidewalks and in bazaars for thousands of years, and it still works and it's still relevant today. We're going to look at a whole load of examples of sidewalk interrupters from around the world. Big manufacturer brands, small retailers, big retailers, just lots of different ideas that may be applicable to your business. This is Big Boot in Neon. Dr. Martens is a great brand, and often manufacturers have showcase stores. They make the product the hero, so they can tell all their shoppers just in this store about how good their brand is. Often these stores don't make money for the manufacturer, but they really are great places to showcase product. You'll find giant Lego models in the Mall of America. Here's a giant Dr. Martens boot in Los Angeles strip mall. Now on this strip mall there's an awful lot going on, and we'll come back to some of those later. Often when we talk about sidewalk interruption, we haven't even got a sidewalk to play with. This is a tiny strip mall in Hong Kong, and as you can see there's nothing interrupting the sight lines all the way along my right hand side. But as a shopper, as I walk along, there's one store that's made the effort just to break the sight lines, just to be able to get me to stop and look. Now I'm walking past some amazing, this is Manning's, which is a great drugstore, beautiful drugstore, amazing branding, not one single sidewalk interrupter. I can walk straight past this. Great store, look inside, beautiful. But there's only one guy on this strip who's doing anything to stop me and break my sight lines. And here as we get to this corner, busy corner, product out on display, keys, electrical goods, packaging, all sorts of strange things, but they stop me, and he's the only guy who's done anything along this walk to put any form of interrupter in. Look at that, classic 90-degree interrupter, and it works. Here's a great interrupter. Now this is a standard piece of point of sale in Hong Kong and many parts of Asia. Great brands, 90 degrees, flashing alongside the outlet. It does the job it's supposed to do. 90 degrees works because it breaks our sight lines. As we're walking along, we can see it. Here's a major drugstore, and sometimes the lease lines prevent the drugstore from being able to create any form of sidewalk interrupter. If you look at the branding on that Watsons, it's parallel to where I'm walking. There is nothing to catch my peripheral vision in this store. But if I look at the two walls inside these windows, off to the left, on the right hand side near the Revlon, they'd be a great place to put the Watsons branding, so as I'm walking past I can see it. Sometimes you have to think what you can do. You can drop that branding down to eye level, but if it's still parallel to you, it's not acting as interrupter. Our peripheral vision tends not to pick it up. Here are two great sidewalk interrupters using product and great colour blocking. Baby Bear, Mama Bear and Papa Bear, even in suitcases. This works really, really well. It's not difficult to take your product and extend it onto the sidewalk. This is just a great example of Mrs. Fields' global brand, cookie brand, how it's used colour, no windows, to interrupt. Now again, sightlines make it difficult. This is underground in a metro station in Hong Kong, and you can see how the bright colour fields draw you in. Often it's very, very difficult to create interrupters in environments like this. There just isn't the space, and the lease lines prevent you from doing it. So you do anything you can to create that awareness of the shopper as they walk by you. In many parts of the world, brands just get mixed up. 7-Eleven, McDonald's, a huge mixture of international brands with local brands. These brands have to scream to get attention. Again, doing whatever you can. Something is better than nothing to be able to let your shoppers know where you are. This is one of the biggest international bank brands in the world, and even it's screaming out against the background of grey concrete. Here's an example of two bakeries facing off, one directly opposite the other. They're both bakers. It makes no difference if people are selling the same as you. What matters is shoppers are buying what you're selling. It's then up to you to differentiate it through service, through layout, in any way you can. Both of these bakers can compete alongside each other. Here's a fantastic sidewalk interrupter, and it's a simple one. It's a closing down sale, and the guys put stock on the sidewalk. Now this is a busy sidewalk, and things might get stolen, but it's more important that people stop and look in his window and clear his stock than anything else. Look at this, classic example. I'll have a little look because it's on the sidewalk, it's near me, I can engage with it. Now the window alone would never do that, and those are great brands, Sony and Canon, big closing down sale signs, but it's actually the stuff in the boxes on the sidewalk that stopped the shopper. Here's a simple and clever offer. When this dine-in for two offer was first developed in the UK by the retailer Marks & Spencer's, it changed the shopper experience beyond belief. This is an interrupter outside the store and just inside the store so people can see it. If you stand in any M&S store in the UK between 5 and 7 p.m, you can hear male and female shoppers talking on the mobile phones to their partners, asking which of these options are for the main meal or the side dish or the dessert or which wine you'd like. It really has completely changed the way people shop for their meals in the UK. Now, sometimes events are used to interrupt. This is a global brand, Nivea. Again, it isn't a retailer, but it's using sidewalk interruption on event scale. Manufacturers should never miss the opportunity to touch their shoppers in retail. This is Guangzhou in China. Again, great display, lots of noise, lots of people, from 6 till 7, 8 to 9 p.m, busy, busy, busy. This sidewalk interrupter is being used to explain how a quarter saves you dollars. I love Aldi, I love Trader Joe's, I love Lidl, I love all the discount grocers who are true to their purpose of cheap food for all. Now, this sidewalk interrupter explains how Aldi uses coin deposit shopping trolleys. So shopping trolleys you have to put a dollar coin in or put some form of money into to keep the cost down their food, because the trolleys tend to come back to where they need to be. So there's no cost for Aldi associates collecting those trolleys, chasing them across car parks, and that means lower prices for you. And the great thing about this one is it interrupts, but it just says, look how much money we save you. Just come in and check it out. This is great. English and Spanish. Now, this is a targeted disruptor. This one is one of the best disruptors I've seen. If you read the sign, Desexing has a 15% discount on Thursdays for your pets. So Thursday at this vet is a quiet day apparently, so they generate traffic by making it the cheapest day to have your pet desexed. It's a great idea, but please just don't take your two-legged dog in here by mistake. Now, it doesn't have to be clever, big but not clever. This is not clever, but it just does its job. It does the job it's supposed to do. This large format display, high quality visuals at a 90-degree angle, which is the best angle you can to their journey past the store, which is exactly what an interrupter is supposed to do. This sign is in Auckland, New Zealand, and it will have helped sell thousands of bottles of wine just on its own. Not clever, but really consistent and well done. Now, this is big and clever. Again, it's a manufacturer using its own retail store to create amazing shopper experiences. This is a big M&M sidewalk interrupter. It's absolutely perfect because it fits in the biggest mall in the world, in the Mall of America in Minneapolis, USA. In fact, the closer you get to this store, it is just amazing. You think this thing's going to fall on you. It's beautifully done. Again, it fits exactly what it's supposed to do. Just a couple of other things, look at that decompression zone. We've got colour and different foot feel and foot sounds as we come into the store. Great store. And this is a manufacturer, not a retailer.